So I'm going to attempt something I attempted before. When I did it before, you know, my mom was home and I was under the wire because my phone was going to end. So it's all trial and error here, I suppose. I'm going to try to do what I did before. And then I fucked up too, because I have to make sure you can't actually see anything on this phone. This isn't easy to do, but I want both. One that I wouldn't put out here on YouTube, which would be my ex-shelter friends, all the texts she sent to me and my responses to them. But what I can put out on YouTube is simply any text I've sent, either to anybody, even to beach guy. I think I sent him. I don't think they were explicit, but I don't remember, to tell you the truth. My eyes still bothering me. So I'm trying something that was under remedies, you know, homemade remedies or whatnot for all kinds of things you could do. You put green or regular tea bags, wet it down on your eyes, all kinds, honey and milk, potato, chamomile tincture. This was the easiest one for me, which is my Bragg apple cider vinegar, and a cup of water. And they say to just wet a cotton ball and then, you know, put it on your eye. Other things you can do. You can have frozen spoons or cold spoons. You can put frozen vegetables on your eye. But things like this have antibacterial properties. You can mix castor oil with water. And put in your eye with drops. Obviously, you have to be very careful with apple cider vinegar. That's why it's so diluted, you know. They even say you mix baking soda too, and it's organic. I don't know. No, it's not. It's Bob's Red Melon. I think it's organic. I don't know. Anyway, you can have, they say you mix water with baking soda, and I guess you stick your head in something, because remember it's all diluted, and they say to just keep your eye open and see how long you keep your eye open, have another solution get in your eye. Very strange. I'm tired. I weighed 164.6 this morning after a day of fasting. I'm not surprised at that higher weight, simply because, you know, you didn't get to watch Booze and Snacks, if anybody was gonna, and that is because I realized that my box that had my address was in the background. It, granted, far away, and granted, the only way anybody could, if they just wanted, you know, I told you I don't know. There could be psychopaths out there that are trying, that want to hurt me. That's just reality. and the box was far in the distance, far away. I mean, you'd have to get it, literally have to get a binoculars or something, and then probably it would be distorted, but I don't know, and I can't risk it. So that was my stupidity. My stupidity simply means that I talked, obviously. I mean, that's what my videos are. I talk. The 30-minute video, I'm actually going to play it on my computer. Play it on YouTube. Play it on my computer, whatever. And, I deleted it off of YouTube, but play it on my computer. And then, while I'm just sitting there dressed sexy or what, I don't know. Talked with my mom. My mom was shocked. Probably, I don't blame her for being shocked. I'm shocked too when I'm telling her that, you know, Omar is not pulling the shit with me that he pulled with her on a regular basis. She couldn't believe it. I'm like, yeah, he doesn't, even if I get up to go to the bathroom, he doesn't keep me up, he goes back to bed. Are you serious? Because she remembers she would go nuts because he slept with her and she liked that. I mean, remember, she got him when I was in the shelter, so, you know, she had those 6.5 months I was in the shelter, you know, and she loved that he sleeps under the cover. She loved how affectionate he is, because her dog's not as affectionate and needy as that, and she loved Omar. She even says to me, I miss Omar. Well, that's the way it goes. You have your dog, Mom. If things go according to plan, anyway. So, I just told you I was 164.6, right? I made sure my hands were clean before I did this. I don't know how the fuck I got down to 153 at Joe's. Actually, I do. He made a lot of salads. He made a lot of salads. He made stuff, I don't know. My roommate put my second, it took him longer because he was doing it on the outside, but the ones I found, you know, when people were throwing them out in the trash, I found them one day when I was walking home and asked, you know, made sure that they hadn't just dropped them, that they put them on the trash, and I got them. And one was too big, but he's like, well, we can put this on the outside. It was his idea. He had a little trouble doing it, but in the end it worked out all right. I'm supposed to say I don't want to do anything. My eyes are hurting me. I don't know how much longer my mom's going to be in that hospital. I need to send her a Mother's Day card, like, early. I'm not mailing anything from my location around here, as you already know. So that means getting my ass once again, what I hate doing. Although I wouldn't be going anywhere near as far, just away from where I live, you know. Getting my ass to buy a card and, out of this city and mailing it myself at a post office, so, because I won't know how much postage it needs when I'm putting other stuff in it. Oh, that's right, I forgot. See? See, now that's burning, and that shouldn't burn. They didn't say anything about it burning. It's a whole cup of water and just a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, you know. I'm sure it shouldn't burn. That's what makes me nervous, but when I was putting it on my mole, and it is acidic, but I mean, not just them in this internet said to do it, even the brag people, when I read the book, said to do this. They say to do it for several minutes. I'm sure the other things wouldn't burn at all. I mean, it's not burning, it's like stinging, but anyway, can't mail the card from this city, of course, because I don't want Mary to know where I live. Ain't easy when your beloved to your mother is joined at the hip to your lifelong, I'm sorry, not lifelong, but sworn enemy. Kind of fucking sucks, but what are you gonna do? At least Marion's been nicer to my mom lately, but I want to call Cheryl, warn her that Marion is, going to be going to that meeting this week. And I want to remind Cheryl of just one thing before she meets Mary, because I've told Cheryl so much. I want to remind her of something very important, because it has to do with now. Marion can badmouth me to Kingdom Come about the past, but we're talking about now. That $1,700 was not money my mom took out of her bank account. All it was money that, part of it, not even all of it, that I paid to my mom in the equivalent of rent by buying everything. She'd saved up her little $125. She'd put it under her mattress, and then when she got sick last summer, I was scared the money was going to disappear, and it was proof that I'd been paying the equivalent of rent, So I got her to open up a bank account, but then when I returned from Joe's, I realized, it's going to be the tax season. It's not good for my mom to have a secret bank account, secret from Marion, who does my mom's taxes, and whatnot. I don't want to give it. So I said, Mom, why don't I just take the money and I will use it to buy stuff for the house. I bought that ProPour system, never put it together. And now I don't even know if I want to put it together, because I'm afraid that I'm just afraid it's my water supply. At least it's Poland Spring. I know I'm getting water that doesn't have fluoride in it, and I know I'm getting pure water. I mean, sure, it can get contaminated when it's bottled, but any homemade filter system makes me nervous, It could get contaminated. I asked him to help me put it together. But now I'm reading it, and it says you want to wash all the parts thoroughly, and you want to wash your hands really, really, really good. And, you know, what if he doesn't take that seriously? I tell him wash his hands, but he doesn't wash them. Nobody wants to be told what to do, especially if they're helping somebody. So I didn't even pay for the damn thing. It was that money my mom had given to me. So, I mean, I've been using the ProVer system to record videos, so I put my camera up at a good angle, you know, good length, you know, good height. You know, I mean, this isn't me being paranoid. This really is legitimate. They stress, and I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to read it, and I'd already asked him for his help. So rather than insult him, I mean, then I'd be stuck. You understand? No, you don't. Joe probably won't even understand. Joe doesn't understand my, quote, paranoia, unquote, but it's really not paranoia. It's actually legitimate. Think about it. I think about these things. I watch him, maybe the system won't be put together right, or I watch him putting it together and being careless, or, you know, scratching his head in between putting it together and whatever, okay? This is my water supply now. I can't insult him by still buying the spring water, so then I'm stuck drinking this water that you know what I mean? Because if I knew how to put it together, I would be vigilant. I would be my usual borderline OCD or anal retentive, and I would wash the things a million times, and like it says, to thoroughly wash them, and I'd make sure that I didn't make sure, you know, I didn't touch anything. And I guess in the end, I just would rather pay for Poland Spring and just know that it's, you know, might not be perfect, but it's still better than tap water. And it's, you know, you might wonder, well, how were you going to put that together at your mom's? Well, I was thinking about that just now. I wouldn't have known how to do it. I didn't realize it would be so complicated. I never realized anything's going to be so complicated. Probably, I'm thinking about it now, I would have paid the plumber to do it. You know, it wouldn't take him that long. He comes and does whatever for like 75 bucks. I would have paid the plumber to do it. I had received that $1,700 from my mom, you know, I had to play with. I would have paid the plumber. And since I'm paying him, I would have told him, you got to make sure your hands, and I would have watched him, and, you know, that's the only thing I could think of. Or else I just probably wouldn't have done it. I don't know. No, I definitely had to do it at my mom's because she was going to use it too. We were going to save a lot of money on spring water, and I didn't want it. Plus, we can never get people all the time to drive to get it. And when she goes on the elderly bus or whatnot, you know, we can't take a bunch of water. It's too heavy. I would have figured out something. I don't know. I really wanted that thing. Then everything was going wrong with my mom, so getting that thing put together, I thought I could do it myself. Yeah, sure. I have no idea how to do it. All those wet leaves and dirt and a gnome that had broken because ice. I asked him what was the deal with the broken gnome. Oh, a big ice thing fell down on it in the wintertime. Like, oh. Anyway, it filled 3 giant green trash bags. We ran out of the giant green lawn, and those big ones. Ran out of them. It filled also a regular barrel that he puts his garbage out in, just like a regular trash barrel that stays outside. And a regular tall kitchen bag. A lot of leaves and dirt and whatnot. I just couldn't wait for him to sometime do it, I know I would have grown angrier, more disgusted with it, so I just did it myself. Does that put some shame on him or whatnot? I'm sure he felt like he made sure to say, like, I was going to do it, And I said, yeah, but you work a shitload of hours. I don't work, I don't work. I pay a significantly less amount of rent here. Because that's because he doesn't bother to try to find a roommate to pay half the rent. It's not my fault. He responded to my head, not the other way around. So he just wanted someone who could get along with and get along with his dog and whatnot. At least he was legitimate. A good proportion of the men who responded to my Craigslist ad that I had posted pictures of me and Omar for the years. Just to show people, because I had to say it didn't work. How you gonna, people don't really want to respond to anybody who doesn't work. And don't blame people. I don't blame people for anything. I don't blame people for not liking me or not wanting to have anything to do with me. But in any case, there were men who responded to my ad and like, oh, you're beautiful. You don't even have to pay rent. We can work something out. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. I bet we can, quote, work something out, unquote. Anyway, it worked out okay. It's not perfect, but nothing is. I really need to look into getting on Section 8 anyway, It takes years usually to get approved for that. I mean, if you're not willing to just live in any city, it takes a long time. But I'd be paying less. I'd only be paying 1/3 of my income, which is $1,000. So I'd only be paying $333 a month instead of, plus if there's any extra, I guess. But in that case, you'd only pay. I think it usually includes utilities too, because you run, disability, so they're not gonna. They just charge you 1/3 of your income. Yeah, my mom was in shock. I'm like, Omar won't even bother me, even if he'll sleep, he'll go back to bed. He used to get her up at 4 and she'd be pissed. And I'm like, just ignore him. I can't, Laura. He whines and he whines or he whines. I have to take him. He doesn't even do that with me. It's so strange. I have no idea why either. It's mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me, seriously. And it's mind-blowing to my mom. That should tell you something. It's mind-blowing to her. I'm telling her this. She's like, are you serious? She's like, she couldn't believe it. Like, I know, I can't believe it either. Now, not to say he wouldn't, after he ate and did his business, go back to sleep, but she didn't want to get up at 4 in the morning, and I'm like, why do you do it then? A lot of times it would wake me up, 4 in the morning. A lot of times I'm a light sleeper, I hate earplugs. I refuse to even wear earplugs in the shelter, but a lot of people, I don't want to be oblivious and not hear anything around me in the frickin' shelter. You don't know what's going on in there. Although, as I told you, there were things you wouldn't want to hear. People cough and hack. There was that, whatever you call it. That chronic that woman who everyone knew she did that, and she was like an exhibitionist, and she wanted people to know, and so there was all kinds of crap that went on in there, but I don't like earplugs anyway, and I mean, you'd think I would want to be, but I don't know, earplugs make you like dead to the world, and I don't feel comfortable being dead to the world when I'm in a fucking homeless shelter. Just, even though it would be better for you because you don't really get good sleep, you get woken up all the time. Anyway, I didn't wear earplugs at my mom's, and I don't like earplugs. And when Mom would get before, of course I heard. And she'd be upset too, but like, Mom, why not? You're the boss. Why do you not? He whines. He doesn't pull that shit with me at all. In fact, he hasn't eaten. He hasn't gone for a walk. He hasn't gone to the bathroom. Hasn't done anything, and now he's over there sound asleep. I'm awake. I want to go back to bed. So when I always say Omar doesn't pull his shit with me, I'm not kidding. I can't give you an answer any more than, my mom wanted an answer. Why is he waking up at 4? I don't know, Mom. Now he and I also go to bed later. But the thing is, if we went to bed earlier, then I would wake up early too, I wake up and then I go back to bed, so does he. I guess it's just like anything. Get into a habit. He's used to it. He doesn't bother me like he used to bother my mom. Oh, see, now I'm getting super sleepy. I can already tell he'll go back to sleep. I actually had to wake him up so I could go to the bathroom. He's in a different reality. I don't know. We also walk a lot, but that's only just recently started doing that. We don't walk all at once. We walk, as I've told you, those 3 half-hour, go around the block twice, and That's 30 minutes, so do 3 of those in a day. Alright, I need to go back to bed. Later on, I'll be doing this. I just have to make sure that I keep the phone up like this. It's kind of weird. It's a difficult angle. It's difficult. I know what I'll do, I think. I learned from my mistakes from at my mom's. I'll put a notebook behind it. I'm just trying to block it. We don't want you to be able to see anybody's name on my cell phone. You know what I mean? And the name pops up in a text, so. Back to bed and put my robe on, dress warmer. This was just for the sake of creating the video. It's unfortunately still not warm enough to even be walking around the house in shorts and a tank top. It's not as that warm today. I noticed 2 of my shirts have, not my new ones, they're old ones, but they're not that old. The bottom last year, you know, have stains on the front. It's like my mom, we get stains on the front of our shirts, right? I don't know how it happens, or you don't realize you have to spill food in it. Whatever. There's stains on the front of the shirt, so I don't want to wear them. I might wear them out public now. Not to wear them for my videos, you know. I don't know. Remember what I said in Truth Part 3. I think I said it in Truth Part, I don't know, I've said it in different videos. I'm glad I'm not that woman anymore, you know, that I'm not engaging in that, you know, really, really self-destructive behavior. But I mean, I still have the same kinds of feelings, you know what I mean? I'm just not engaging in the self-destructive behavior. I mean, I'm still lonely, extremely lonely, and bored, and restless, and just, I don't even know. Sometimes certain rock stars or musicians or whatnot, you know, describe in their own songs, you know, how I feel all the time, you know. Sometimes I'll come across a song like that, you know. But that's the thing, I'm not engaging in the self-destructive. I'm choosing not to do it. Although I might do it on a minor scale. Like, I do plan on, at one point, I don't really like to drink at home. I really don't. But I do like drinking, walking around, not getting shit-faced. That's going too far. And just people watching and having my MP3 blasting in my ear, and, you know. So I'm still doing my little things on a minor scale. But not on a major scale. I'm just so... I do shit like that, you know, because I'm bored. I'm bored and I'm lonely and I'm, you know. videos yesterday. I'm free now. And freedom, you know, can be a good, for someone like me, you know. On the one hand, it's a good thing, but I'm free for the first time in 13 years. Free. But that means I'm free again to do whatever the fuck I want. No. I was doing whatever the fuck I wanted within reason when I was staying for free, and I was broken up with Donald. I was still doing shit, but you know, I still had them to know. You know what I mean? I still had to. They could throw me out at a moment's notice. Okay. Here it's different. I'm not gonna do anything. I don't know how to describe it. You know, because now I'm with a stranger, and I was just like him. He didn't come home Saturday night. I chastised him, but I did it like, I'm just like, you know what? I don't care. You could not come home for days and not let me know what's going on, but you have a dog. You have to come, you know. I told him that before. And in one ear and out the other, I fell asleep over there. And I know, but you have a dog. When you think I would ever do that? But even when I'm going just for the day visiting my mom, I'll be like, you know, I'm going to be gone all day, so when you get home, please feed him. You know, you have a dog. You can't just, you know. I don't know. But he's been so good to me, you know, I can't get upset with him, you know. So I wasn't going to nag him to clean the fucking yard. I did it myself. I couldn't stand looking at it anymore. And I couldn't stand the idea of, you know, if he didn't do it, he might say he's going to do it, but I can't make him do it. And then, you know, weeks could go by and he might not do it, you know. I wanted it done, so I did it myself. I'm sure he was shocked. I was shocked. I just had a burst yesterday. I came home from my half-hour walk with Omar. I put Omar in the house. I'm like, you know what? It's nice out. Not that it was super warm. I wished it were warmer. I did stay in short sleeves even though it wasn't super warm out, because I didn't want anything. I don't know. I just didn't want to get anything on my long sleeve jacket, or I wanted to, I don't know. But I did it, and it was done afterwards, and I've had a great sense of accomplishment, you know. And he should be happy, because now he doesn't have to do it. There's still a lot more. I joked, I'm like, there's a lot more we have to do to get our yard. I can say our. If I'm paying rent, then, you know, this is my home. For however long I wind up being here, this is my home. And so I say our. Oh, like, yeah, we still have a lot more to do. Get our yard looking good.